How y'all doing? We're here with Ginger and the Desert Creations. A couple of 3 weeks ago, Molly of Molly's Artistry was playing around with the idea of using black paint underneath the pearl colors, the Amsterdam pearl colors, in order to get them to show up better on a black base. I decided I wanted to play around with it in terms of swiping on a record, so let's go paint! Alright, we're testing a theory that I think is not going to work for this application, but we'll see. It's black underneath the pearl colors to get the pearl colors to show up better even though they're on a lighter base. And so you can see little bits of black here peeping through, but I have largely tried to obscure the black with the pearl color to see if the pearl color will show up better than it does on seafoam, which was the other one that did it without any black at all. We are going to take our swipe tool with our swipe color. Got our custom cut swipe tool. These are important because it allows a feathery thing in the middle. My goodness, I cannot talk today. It allows a feathery thing in the middle instead of a boxy, blocky thing. It doesn't make a big difference, but it is a difference that is important to me, and that is what makes it important here. Push towards the hub and swipe outwards. And it will develop as it goes along. I clean off the tool a bit each time I do this, each swipe, to try to keep the white swipe color as clean as possible. But if you do that with this, you have to be careful with the tool because you can break these teeth off. And believe me, that is a very undesirable outcome. Don't dip the rag in the project. I am enjoying the little marbling effect we're getting from that subtle black in there. So even if it doesn't work out, I might be still pretty happy with this. Which is good for me. Something looks weird. Give me a second. Don't like the look of that. And there's a reason. That's all one thing. Okay. That is still probably okay to leave, even though it does that little weird thing. I don't think that that'll be too distracting. Oh, I'm just happy I pulled it out of there. You have to come back up through there. Actually, do I like that? I might actually like that. I think I'm going to leave it, even though that was a mistake. That I will give you, that is a mistake. That is a mistake I may be keeping. I'm going to give it a minute. Never decide anything right away. Coming back through. Is there anything else I should go back over or change? I think I like it. I wonder which way's up. Let's remove our greenhouse. And you can see, all right, yes, we got a nice bit of interest at the top. Let's flip it this way. There we go. So there's the top. Get the full effect when we're looking at it. I don't know. There's more lacing over here. I might be able to convince it to have more lacing on this side if I'm a little gentler with the swipe. Less white. I don't know if that isn't a little distracting right there itself. I'm going to be very careful since I took my protective coating off. Staying on this side, walk that tightrope. It'll probably work. Calm down and have a look. If I can. This is subtle fantasticness, and it will get even better as the colors show up when it dries, because it's going to be beauteous. Look at all that lacing. It's just crazy. And aren't we proud of me that I figured out how to get my camera to work without the bars and all of that? I'm proud of me. I am probably disproportionately proud of me. So there we are. Stay tuned for the result. Here we are with Spring Daisy. Now, adding the black may have done something. I'm not sure. It's added a little bit of visual interest, as you can see, because even though it isn't all that well lit, you can see, you know, the turquoise, the black, the white, and little hints of color. If I turn you this way, you can get the full shiny effect of all the colors, which is insane, just how it does that. It's a nice effect. But you can see kind of like up with the yellow here. I want to call it gold. It's not gold, it's yellow. You can see there's a black stripe in there. Let me go around, there kind of isn't anything. And then there's this patch of black here. I think the black ended up external down here more than underneath the paint. There's a little bit of black coming up in here, in there, right about there. And there's one up in there. So it kind of does give a little bit to it, but not a ton. Hang on a second and I will show you it compared to one that doesn't have the black, Mr. Seafoam, that's sitting over here off camera. And there we have it. The base coat is a little bit different, a little bit darker, because turquoise blue is a little bit darker than light blue violet. But you can kind of see how it impacts comparatively with having the black in it. You know, we've got all the light colors and whatnot, but you can see that there is a bit of a difference in how it shows up, where it shows up. I don't know that it makes the colors present all that much better, but that effect is what we're looking for right there. So, thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye. Right. Geeking out on color. We are using Liquitex Basics Turquoise Blue, my favorite, as our base coat. And we are using the Pearl colors, Amsterdam, Violet, Pearl Violet, Pearl Yellow, Blue, Red, and Green. No white, because the white does not make me happy. for whatever reason. We are also going to use just a touch of Oxide Black to get the full effect, maybe, in theory. We're going to try it. And we are using the Amsterdam Titanium White to do our swipe color to make the lovely, lovely lacing. So let's get going, shall we? Leftover paint, whole cup of it. Just pile it on for that base coat. Just spread it on there with the paws. Kind of more important to have the right amount of paint towards the edge than it is kind of anywhere else, and that's a lot of kindas, because there's a lot of paint, and if there isn't enough towards the edge, it will lose the ability to glide, and you won't get as good a visual result. Got more paint on one side than we do on the other. Let's see if we can remedy that a little bit. I'm looking to put a touch here and there, stripes, putting stripes of black to put the pearl paints over them. We're gonna just obscure the black lines. We're also gonna put a few that do not obscure the black lines so that we can kind of tell the difference. Touch of white. Could actually, in theory, use as much of this as I want because I don't like the white in projects. It's just a thing. Nice goldy yellow. And obscure the black line. Or don't. And another yellow right here. So we obscure that black line and then put some more in elsewhere, here and there. Just give it a splash everywhere. Put the red over this line. It's obscured pretty well. I do have another thing of red to play with right here, so do not despair that we just ran out. Green. We can afford to put in some green. Obscuring that black line and then just going elsewhere. Let's hit the rest of it with this violet. Obscuring this black line. If you've stuck around this far, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.